Welcome to Fortune Cookies Tarot, and we are on to video 5 of the Britney Spears wedding series that I did. So just to recap, we have covered Britney in video 1, Sam in video 2, Jamie in video 3, and Lynn, Britney's mom, in video 4. For this video, we're going to talk about Jamie Lynn. So 3 plus 4 equals 5. So we all know Jamie Lynn wrote a book, and was a little bit about her and not so much about Britney. Kind of was a little bit mean about Britney, not very forgiving, and not very nice. So we're going to take a look and see. Obviously, she was not invited to the wedding. There's been a number of tweets and Instagrams directed at her from Britney. Not too friendly, but let's take a look and let's see how she is feeling at the moment. I'm going to add my cards to the screen. And if this is your first time here, please like, share, and subscribe. I'm glad you're here. If you are a regular, welcome back. Love doing this, and I'm grateful for every single one of you that tunes in. This is a lot of fun for me, having a great time with it. So we got a bunch of different decks here. I've got my cartoon deck, my Mystic Melodies. I've got my Standard Rider-Waite, and I also have the Ellen Cannon Reed deck, which I'm totally vibing on. I'm going to do a flip through for that deck because it is so cool. And let's jump right into, oh, and by the way, there's a link in the description if you want to get your own private reading from me. I do them by Zoom. So we can actually have a back and forth conversation about the reading, and we can talk about whatever you want. So hope to see some schedules there. You can just link in and set up an appointment as works with your calendar. So Jamie Lynn, let's see how Jamie Lynn's feeling about the wedding. How is she feeling right now about all the press that Britney is getting and whatnot? So Jamie Lynn, let's see how she is feeling. What do we got? Jamie Lynn, Jamie Lynn, Jamie Lynn. Heart of the matter. Under the surface. I got to take a few more cards about this under the surface. I'm going to just shuffle a little bit more. All right. So how she's feeling right now. She really wants to look to the future. There's some regret over the media and publications that she's done, but she actually is pretty self-aware and knows that she did it to herself. She knows that that was not that cool. I don't feel like she was really put up to that book and to the interviews that she did. There's a lot of hubbub about that, that maybe she had been influenced by that former business manager who, was possibly the Svengali of the whole Britney Spears family. It just really feels like she's like, oh, oops, my bad. Not oops, I did it again, but oops, my bad. Which is like I hate that saying. Anybody that says, oops, my bad, why don't you just say I'm totally not responsible for it? And Mercury retrograde did it. So there is definitely some regret. She knows that she kind of hamstrung herself with all of that. Whether or not she should have hitched her cart to Britney's, because the Britney Spears train is running a little bit weird. It's almost like it's kind of, there's some mechanical difficulties. So anybody who's going to get back on that, to try and get back on the payroll, it's not what it used to be. whether or not it's going to be something different in the future, who knows? This series I'm just doing on the wedding, I'm just doing on the relationship. I'm not really focusing on any of I mean, there was some business things that we did discuss in the last 4 videos, but I want to really focus on the relationship. So there's going to be I know we said the mom, Lynn, was going to be extending olive branches. Jamie Lynn's kind of feels like a reach around. Sorry. But it does kind of feel like a reach around. I'm sorry, it's so inappropriate. But it just feels like she is going to try and do something. Unfortunately, I think she's going to do it publicly and not privately. I think she's going to try and show her support for Britney in a more public social media kind of way. She's really going to try. And I think we're going to see some interviews about, I just want my sister back. I just want my sister back. I'm so sad that I couldn't be part of the wedding. I think it's so funny that like her Southern accent comes and goes. Like, like every now and then you hear Britney's like it kind of pops out in a couple of words, but like Jamie Lynn, it feels like it's almost like put on. Like, and I think she lives down south. I don't even know. So, there's still this prolonged anxiety of not being able to get out of it. There's a lot of panic about her own future and her own money. Very kind of Amber Heard vibe here. Like, what am I going to do next? Like, there's a little bit of panic. Like, where is my future going? How am I going to endure? How am I going to survive? She really does need a team to come together. She needs that Britney component to move forward professionally, and the relationship is really based on that. She needs here again. We have that component of help professionally to be complete and be happy. And she feels like Britney is a mom. I think, we had the same situation with Jamie Lynn and Lynn's relationship, that she was more of a buddy and not so much of a driving parenting force. And we all fall into that. Like, don't get me wrong. We all want our kids to be happy and healthy. And I think, there were some parenting techniques when those two were coming up, when the two Spears girls were coming up, that were a little bit like gentle parenting. Like, I keep seeing these Instagram posts about gentle parenting and like guiding your kids. Sometimes your kids need to get forced back onto the path. I have two. I have one that's very complacent, and she will, if she needs to correct her path, she will self-correct. I have one, he, that needs a bit more demonstrative direction. Let's put it that way. So, you really need to lay it out. So, but unfortunately, teenagers sometimes know everything. But it does feel that Lynn kind of missed the ball on that. And I don't know how much. I think Jamie had left Lynn to the parenting part, and he was working more so with the business part, the Operation Spears, where they had, 2 children that were, working in the entertainment industry. I think he was much more involved in that part of it. Maybe not so well, but that was kind of his focus. So let's see how Jamie Lynn felt about the wedding. That devil card shows up. She's going to be jealous. I'm just saying it right now. How did Jamie Lynn feel about the wedding? Not being invited, not being a part of it, having all those A-listers there. We got a card that's stuck out. Oh, she's stuck out in the cold. Out in the cold. Point of no return. Can't get back in the door. She thought it was an amazing celebration. Keep seeing this card. Charity card. Heart of the matter. Oh, there we go. Under the surface. So, um, she kind of celebrated right along with her. There's this very superficial emotional reaction that she had to the wedding. She kind of watched in real time. Not so much the whole Jason Alexander drama that happened at the beginning of it, but she kind of watched in real time and she was like, "Oh, it's so beautiful. And look at all those stars. Oh my God, she always loved pink and red." Um, she kind of watched right along with it. Then she's like, I can't believe that I wasn't invited. It's really sad that I couldn't be part of all that. Heart of the matter, she thinks the relationship is cooked. She thinks it's absolutely cooked. I do think she's going to um, try to get back in. But like I said, with Lynn, if you watch in the last reading, Lynn, there's like a little peephole open in the door. But for Jamie Lynn, that door is barred and shut, and like there's nothing coming through. Like she's not getting any answers. She's not letting any messages come through, Brittany. She really wants to not have anything to do with it. Jamie Lynn is going to continue to try that, and she's going to meet a brick wall. The relationship is cooked. The world and the relationship is done. I think, there were some unforgivables that happened there. I think maybe she did extend something for the wedding as well. And I think it was likely returned, not given to her. Not Brittany just said, no, F that. She muffed up. That's going to be our new phrase on here. So what will the next 6 months be like for Jamie Lynn? What will the next 6 months? I don't even know if Jamie Lynn's married. I have no idea. I know she has kids. Yeah, I think she's married. I think she has the big one and the little one kids, and I think she is married to or still involved with the second baby's daddy. Not judging. I have 2 baby daddies too, so not judging. Universe takes us in all kinds of different directions. So next 6 months for Jamie Lynn. Let's see. Still using the Rider-Waite. It's kind of humming along today. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oof. 5. Oof. 6. Okay. So, whatever communication she is sending to Brittany, they are poorly formulated. They are not formulated very well. The tower, when it's upright, and I say this all the time for all my followers, all my regs, the tower when it's upright is a cataclysmic event that maybe we didn't have any control over. It could be someone else is influencing us. Someone else is creating some havoc in our life. It could be the universe is throwing us a monkey wrench. For me, Hurricane Sandy, that was a huge monkey wrench in my life. Nobody had any control over that. Nobody could do anything about that. My house got flooded out. My relationship broke up. It just was a pressure that pushed all of us into a different direction. So, this, when it's upside down, when the tower is upside down, that is sometimes events that we have created, events that we have influenced, events that we made happen. So, the realization, she's not going to judge herself though. She's going to say, well, it's just like circumstance. She knows that she did something wrong on the inside. The shadow self kind of knows that. But what she's not going to take ownership over the whole thing. Kind of crappy of her. But she's going to say, this is why I can't get on with my life. Like my career has been ruined because of XYZ, because of what she did. My career is ruined is kind of the translation here. I can't move forward because now no one wants to have anything to do with us because I spoke my truth in my book. And I let everybody know what my experience was. She doesn't understand that it came off bratty and self-involved and and just a very selfish perspective of it. Whatever the situation with Britney is, she was not very generous in retrospect when she wrote that book and when she did those interviews in all white with the big shoulder pads. So there isn't going to be any contrition. She's going to double down. She's going to hold on to that, and it's going to be like a my truth thing. Like, I spoke my truth. I spoke my truth. This was my experience. It's not the book wasn't about Britney. This was about my experience. Reality, it was about Britney. You wouldn't have written the book if she wasn't Britney Spears and she wasn't your sister. So that is how I see it. So I think we're just going to see more of the same with Jamie Lynn. I think she is going to double down on her storyline. I think she is not going to repair the relationship. I don't think Britney wants to repair the relationship. I don't think there's going to be an opportunity. And I do think that the door is slammed shut in her face, not to be broken down. So this is video 5. I was planning on doing just 5 videos, but I've had so much fun with this one. I am going to do one more bonus video. So let's take a look at some of the guests that were at the wedding. I thought it was kind of interesting who was there. I thought, in Sam's video, in video 2, there's some concern about how she interacted with Madonna. So I want to take a look at some of the guests there. I think, and my nose is really itchy. Who am I getting in a fight with? So I think it was very interesting who was there. And I don't even know who those bridesmaids are. So I'm still doing research on that. If you have some information about that, comment down below. Again, thank you so much for being here. If it's your first time, like, share, and subscribe. We're going to do lots of cool stuff. And, if you are a regular, thank you for being a regular. I really love doing this, and I'm grateful every day for each and every one of you. So look for video 6. Have a great day.